Consider another example. In figure 6.10, ray OS stands on a line POQ. Ray OR and ray OT are angle bisectors of angle POS and angle SOQ respectively. If angle POS is equal to X, find angle ROT. Okay, so you have a line POQ and there you have a ray OS. Also ray OR and ray OT are the angle bisectors of angle POS and angle SOQ respectively. Also angle POS is given as X, so you are asked to find angle ROT. So let's see the solution. Here ray OS stands on the line POQ. Therefore, angle POS plus angle SOQ is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because they are linear pair. So, linear pair of angles, sum will be 180 degree. But angle POS is equal to X. That is already given in the question. So, substituting that value in this above equation, you will get, therefore, X plus angle SOQ is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle SOQ will be equal to 180 degree minus X. That is, you just substituted the value of angle POS as X, and from that you got angle SOQ is equal to 180 minus X. Now ray OR bisects angle POS, that is given in the question. So, angle ROS will be equal to half of angle POS. That is equal to half into X. That is equal to X by 2. Okay, given ray OR bisects angle POS. Therefore, angle ROS is equal to half of angle POS. That is equal to half into X, which is equal to X by 2. So now you got the value of angle ROS is equal to X by 2. You are asked to find angle ROT. Similarly, now you are going to find angle SOT. Then sum will be ROT. So angle SOT is equal to half of angle SOQ because ray OT bisects angle SOQ. That is why angle SOT is equal to half of angle SOQ. OT is the angle bisector. That is equal to half of 180 minus X. You have already found angle SOQ is equal to 180 minus X. Therefore, this is equal to half of 180 minus X. So, doing the computation, you will get it as 90 degree minus X by 2. So, you got angle SOT is equal to 90 degree minus X by 2. Now, angle ROT is equal to angle ROS plus angle SOT. From the figure, you can say that angle ROT is equal to angle ROS plus angle SOT. Substituting the values, this is equal to X by 2 plus 90 degree minus X by 2, which is equal to 90 degree. So, angle ROT is equal to 90 degree. So, you can do exercise 6.1 as the homework. Now, moving on to the next section, that is parallel lines and transversal. A line which intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. A line which intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. So, in figure 6.18, line L intersects lines M and N at points P and Q respectively. Line L intersects lines M and N at points P and Q respectively. Therefore, line L is a transversal for lines M and N. Line L is a transversal 4 lines M and N because line L intersects line M and line N at distinct points. Observe that 4 angles are formed at each point. 4 angles are formed at each of the points P and Q. At P, you have got 4 angles. Similarly, at Q also you have got 4 angles. So, I have named them as angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. Similarly, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8. So, here angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8 are called exterior angles, while angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6 are called interior angles because they lies in the interior, while the other angles, angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8 lies in the outside, that is they lie in the exterior part, so they are called exterior angles, while those angles which lies in the interior portion are called interior angles. Recall that in the earlier classes you have named some pairs of angles formed when a transversal intersects two lines. These are as follows. First is corresponding angles. Here angle 1 and angle 5, angle 2 and angle 6, similarly angle 4 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles. Angle 1, angle 5, angle 2, angle 6, angle 4, angle 8, angle 3, angle 7. So these pairs forms the corresponding angles. Next one you know is that alternate interior angles. Here alternate interior angles are angle 4, angle 6 and angle 3, angle 5. They are the alternate interior angles. Angle 4 and angle 6. Similarly angle 3 and angle 5. Next is alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles are angle 1, angle 7 and angle 2 and angle 8. Alternate exterior angles here from the figure the alternate exterior angles are angle 1 and angle 7. Similarly the pair angle 2 and angle 8. Next is interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So from the figure angle 4 and angle 5. Similarly, angle 3 and angle 6 are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Angle 4 and angle 5, similarly angle 3 and angle 6. They are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So, in the previous classes, you have already learned about corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So, recollect all those. Now, interior angles on the same side of the transversal are also referred to as consecutive interior angles or allied angles or co-interior angles. So, interior angles on the same side of the transversal are also known as consecutive interior angles or allied angles or co-interior angles. So, they have other three names also. Consecutive interior angles, allied angles or co-interior angles. So all these refers the same pair of angles. Now measure any pair of corresponding angles and find out the relation between them. You may find that angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Angle 4 is equal to angle 8 and angle 3 is equal to angle 7. So from this, you may conclude the following axiom. Axiom 6.3. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. So what does the axiom states? The axiom states that if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. So this axiom 6.3 is also known as corresponding angles axiom. So from this figure, you can see that if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. That is, angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, similarly angle 4 is equal to angle 8, and angle 3 is equal to angle 7. They are the corresponding pair of angles. So since these lines are parallel, all these angles are equal. Next, axiom 6.4 states that if a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. So this axiom is the converse of axiom 6.3, that is, it is just the opposite of axiom 6.3. Given here, the difference is that if a transversal intersects two lines in such a way that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then these two lines will be parallel to each other. So this is the converse of the corresponding angles axiom. So from the figure, you can see that if a transversal intersects two lines in such a way that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines will be parallel to each other. Is angle BQR equal to angle QRC? And angle AQR is equal to angle QRD. You know that angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. From corresponding angles axiom, you will get angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. By corresponding angles axiom, give it equation number 1. Similarly, is angle PQA equal to angle BQR? Angle PQA equal to angle BQR. Yes. Why is it so? Because they are vertically opposite angles. Angle PQA and angle BQ are vertically opposite angles, hence they will be equal. So from equations 1 and 2, you may conclude that angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. Since LHS of equation 1 and equation 2 are equal, you can equate R. So angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. Similarly, you will get angle AQR is equal to angle QRD. Angle AQR is equal to angle QRD. This result can be stated as a theorem given below. That is, theorem 6.2 states that if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. Okay, so you can state, you can write alternate interior angles are always equal from this theorem 6.2.